This is Rock. We're going to look at Workday and Networkdays as functions to help us do more date calculations. So let's put a few dates over here. All right, what we're going to do here is look at the Workday function and how it works. If I start typing Workday, let's look at the description of this. Returns the serial number of the date before or after a specified number of workdays. With eDate and end of month date, we were looking at saying how many months were between specific dates. With Workday, it's looking at how many days and specifically how many work days. So what this assumes is that we're working with a 5-day week. So we give a start date here. And what we're going to try to evaluate is the number of days. So let's do this. I'm going to start over here. I'm going to say, let's figure out the number of days. Let's say 25 work days from there, 50 work days from there, 75 work days from there, and 100 work days from there. Okay, so now let's type workday. The start date being 3/4 of 2027. The number of days, I'm going to use this. I'm going to peg the reference to the row there and peg the reference to the column there. Now, I'll get into holidays in just a little bit. You can either use or exclude holidays, and I'll show you how that works. But for now, I'm going to ignore it and close the parentheses and hit enter. Let's make that a date field. And now I'm going to copy this and put this here, and this here, and this here. Okay, so what this is telling us using the Workday function is that 25 working days from March 4th is April 8th, and 50 working days from March 4th is May 13th, 75 days is June 17th, and 100 working days from March 4th is 7/22, which is July 22nd. That can be very handy to know. Let's go ahead and use this and put these down here. So you see how fast it is to calculate. If you're working on a project and you want to calculate a 25-day task, what date that would be delivered, you can use this. Now let's improve it by saying what our holidays are. So let's put together a list of the holidays in 2027. I'm going to put MLK Day for January 18th. I'm going to put President's Day, which is February 15th. I'm going to put Easter, which is March 28th. Memorial Day is May 31st. Labor Day is September 6th. Thanksgiving is November 25th. And of course, Christmas is on the 25th of December. So this can be our holiday list, which we can actually use in our formula as a list of dates to exclude by counting them as holidays. So I'm going to hit comma and then choose this range. And I'm going to hit F4 to make those an absolute reference. So now if I hit enter, 25 days now includes that list of holidays. If I undo that, notice that no holiday in 2027 came between 3/4 and 4/8. I'm going to redo that though, copy this and paste it here. And here, and notice that I'm going to undo that. Notice that this changed from 6/17 to 6/18 when I pasted this new formula because it's counting in the Memorial Day holiday and giving us an extra day to finish this 75-day project. So that's how to use Workday. I'm going to copy these and give us new updates. Note that I did not include New Year's Day, which if I'm going over into 2028, I'm probably going to want to include that. My range is set here. So one thing I can do is copy this, right click and insert the copied cells, shift the cells down, and then if I change that to a 1 for New Year's Day, if I go back here to my ranges, it now includes that whole range because I inserted it. Excel adjusted the range when it grew. It still kept the full range there. So now I can copy this and paste this in here, and I've got all the correct delivery dates for the projects of these lengths of workdays. All right, to do networking days, I'm going to take a copy of this sheet by clicking and dragging and holding Control. I'm going to delete what's in here and change this name to networking days. And then here we're going to say, what are the network days? I'm going to delete this. What's the net working days between these two? So I'm going to say, here's the start date, here's the end date, and here's my holidays. So the net working days between these two dates is 41. Same thing here, net work days. Here's my start date, here's my end date, here's my holidays. How many net working days do I have? I have 20 net working days. I'm going to copy this, paste it here again. Between these two, I have 111. Between these two, I have 68. That's net working days. It can tell you if you have to finish by this date, how many net working days do you have between these two dates to do that task. And that's work days and network days. Next, we're going to look at Excel functions for year, month, and day. See you there.